What is going on, my soulful spirits? I'm here. I'm here. This is new for me. This is higher discussions, as you can see. And it's only going to elevate, expand, and get better because I move with true intentions. And I'm just ready to start elevating with you guys and y'all elevating with me. And let's just talk about mental health. Let's get the four priorities together, the heart, the mind, body, spirit. Um, this is not script. This is not a scripted podcast. So you may see some bloopers. You may see the real and raw me. But I plan on doing this with pure intentions, with true intentions, because this is my purpose. I'm going to start off with some questions that I got a couple months back. And I think this is going to work out real good. Before I get to these questions, though, I'm going to keep it real. I had a long day. And so I went to work. First of all, I had school this morning. Okay. So, but by the time y'all see this, it won't be Wednesday. But I had school this morning, and thank God my professor was just like, y'all don't have to come in. So that was already one thing. And me dropping this podcast, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to school. Let me just go ahead and go get my stuff together for work. Got work over with. I went to go get my makeup done. I went to my photo shoot. So by the time you guys see this, hopefully my photos have already dropped. I'm just ready to get this popping off. Like, I'm ready for this, y'all. I'm ready. And even if I'm not ready, I better get ready. And if I'm not ready, God ready. And that's all that matters because I believe in him. So, yeah, let's get it started. Definitely going to be asking some questions right now. And let's get into it. So, the first question was, what made you want to start a podcast? First and foremost, I'm anointed. I always had a voice and been the voice of reason. And just to know that I can reach people, even if it's just 5, 50, 50,000, a million, I know that my mark has been reached. I know my destination has been reached. And my journey will continue to just reach people with my voice. It's so important to enlighten people in their mind because we think about things so physically. We don't really think about the mind aspect. And I'm just ready to just expand my voice to millions or just 5. Whoever God want me to connect with, I'm ready for them to hear this podcast. So that's why I started it. I'm just ready to expand whatever God wants me to expand to whoever he want me to expand to. The next question was, will this be audio or are you and a guest on camera? I'm thinking both. It's best to go on my website, by the way, hdpodcast.org. That will be down below, hdpodcast.org. This is going to let you navigate exactly where I'm located and everything else like that. And I think that's going to be so dope to just, try to see what you want to reach. If you don't have TikTok, Twitter, whatever you don't have, I have it. And you can still just click on it. And everything is up there. So hdpodcast.org. Follow that, y'all. Go on that website. I actually built that website myself. And yeah. I'm doing a thing. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, scope that out for me. How did you come up with the name Higher Discussions? I felt it in my spirit. I already knew, once again, that I wanted to start a podcast, but I wanted to be meaningful. I wanted to have purpose for it. I wanted God to be in it. I always tell myself that no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I want God presence to be in it first, because I know if God presence is there, I know that a present is there because he is the gift of life and the gift of spirit. So just to think about higher discussions, I think that we tend to think on a lower ground, not a top floor mindset at times, meaning like we sometimes, so many of us, and I say us because I get depressed at times too. I overthink, I have anxiety, and yes, I believe in God, but I'm human, I'm a real person, and it's just time to change that turnaround, change that aspect of life, thinking that it has to hold us down because of the trauma that we've been through. And we're so used to trauma, y'all. We're so used to going through things ever since like childhood up to adulthood, going through things personally in the family, going through things in relationships, which we will get into it like relationships and all of that as time progressed with my podcast, but just overall life. Like, to be honest, y'all, life be life. And it's just time to talk about it. However, higher discussions came about because it makes me want to elevate my mindset and my spirit. And the only way to do that, you have to have a higher discussion. You got to keep it real with yourself. You have to change your surroundings, and your surroundings start with your mind. It start with your spirit. A lot of people think, oh, stop hanging with this person, don't hang with this person. Stop hanging with the person that's in your head. That's where it starts at. So have a higher discussion with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Start having self-doubt, and start taking it to God's clarity. And that's what I'm starting to do. Like, I still have my self-doubt sometimes, but I know that at the end, God's clarity makes it full circle for me. The next question was, what motivates and inspires you when things get tough? I would say going to the source, and going to my mom. It's so important to go to God. He is so resourceful and reliable. And it is so important to know that when things get tough and when you have those bad days, he see good days. So you have to believe in something that sees something better than you. And he's that something. He's that special something. Spiritual divinity. You have to believe in that. You have to believe in something higher than you. When things get tough, God never promised us things wasn't going to get tough. He never said it wasn't going to be a storm or it wasn't going to rain. However, let him be that umbrella for you and start tapping into another side for you to elevate yourself. And I said my mom. My mom been with me through thick and thin. Like, literally anything that I needed, my mom was there. Like, no lie, okay? Whatever I needed, physically, mentally, all of that. Like, she's there. If I need a hug and she just want to be silent and I want to be silent, she's going to be there. She's my diary. She's my personal. Like, she's just everything to me. And I really thank God for creating me in her womb to just even have us that deeply connected. Like, this is not just a spirit mom or a spiritual mom. This is a mom that God gifted me with from the beginning. And she's just always been there for me. So I'm definitely, shout out to you, Mom. I love you in it. But but no, how do you stay solid and focused? Okay, how do I stay solid and focused? Well, first and foremost, being solid is your character. That's who you are. That's inside of you. Like, no matter the circumstances or what people are portraying around you, being solid is who you are. That's something that can't be taught or made up. You can't just look at someone and say, I want to be solid. That just has to be instilled in you. So in order for me to remain solid, I just have to know what's implanted in me and not on me. And it's just so important because it's like, we mix up the flesh with the spirit sometimes when you're confused. And that's how the enemy works sometimes. They'll try to make you feel like you're fake or you're not this or you're not that. But you got to remain solid and stand firm. And in order to do that, you got to know that it's in you. So being solid is definitely an inner being. It's not an outer being. It's an outer being when you're showing up and you're showing out your solidarity. But it's being solid, that's in you. And staying focused, you got to know what you're focusing on. A lot of us focus on what we want to focus on and then complain to God when nothing's working out. He didn't tell you to focus on that guy. He didn't tell you to focus on that female, that money. He didn't tell you to do some of the things that, we have done. And that's what I had to tap into. God didn't tell us this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll do something and then be like, why, God? Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? But you chose that route. Choose the better route. Like, choose the route that God want for you. And a lot of people think when you go into God is punishment, but I'm here to say, as a true 27-year-old living witness, going into God is one of the most joyable, blissful, and blessful things that you could ever do. And it's just so important to just know that staying focused, you got to know what you're focused on. You got to know where your direction is going. You got to know where your vision is going. And if your vision and your direction is going to someone or going to something that's addicted or addictive, might I add, and it's not good for you, of course you're going to lose focus. But I guarantee you, if you really discipline yourself, rehearse what you really got to do in this life, it's going to work out. Even if it's bad, even when you think it's bad, like I said prior to the video, like what you think is for your bad, God already see for your good. So it's up to you to lead your focus on on God. It's up to you. It's up to you to leave your focus on focus and not your focus on frustration. You leave your focus on frustration, you bound to fail or bound to think you're going to fail when the whole time it's not you failing. It's just God wanting you to learn a lesson. Um, Let me see. How is life? Life is lifing. I said that prior to the video. Life is lifing for me right now. However, it's lessons right now for me as well, and it's lessons that I'm in taking intentionally. I'm learning. I'm learning. And like I said before, I'm not taking this as a time to, deflate anything. I'm trying to elevate, and I think that life is definitely life in right now, but I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing joy, and I'm choosing boundaries. You know what I mean? Life is definitely good for me right now. Like this little setup is going this may be little, but in my mind it was big. And I know that this is going to become bigger. Y'all, I see myself like going on TED Talks, going on stages. I see myself going so big, y'all, dropping so many gems, you know what I mean? But right now this is something to get to know me just a little bit. Just know I'm deep spirited. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for myself, showing up for who I love. I'm showing up for God. This is real. Like, I want y'all to know it's so real. I didn't even I came straight home after my photo shoot. I did this little setup. If y'all went on my Instagram, y'all seen that I was actually setting up. That was me, like just setting up. And I literally just, after I set up, made me some hot tea and sat down. Still got on my queen jacket. Still have on the sweatpants. Like, that's how raw I want to get. Like, I have the makeup on from my photo shoot. And I'm ready, man. I just keep saying that because I don't want to make believe anything. I want people to say, yo, I feel that. So I'm ready to dive into so many things, like so many things that we don't talk about. We don't talk about, real life situations. A lot of people are living in illusion, and it's like, no, let's get it in. Let's get raw. Like, let's really get it in and continue to expand our thoughts and stop hindering yourself. And any life advice? I'm actually going to make this the last question. Any life advice? I would say choose you every time. Bet on you every time. Stop getting disappointed when people don't believe in you. Stop getting disappointed when people are not feeling you. That's life. It's going to happen. Whoever don't love you, a million other people do. Stop giving your energy, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul to every guy that you see, that you're feeling because you're lusting for, and you wonder why you're drained, or you wondering why you're going to the next man for another feeling. And that goes for the fellas too. Like, stop giving yourself to females just because you want to have fun. Live life. You only get one life with many chances, and you only die once. So you need to live. I would definitely just say live life. And when I say live life, I'm saying go to God and see what life is really about. Like, go to God, see what life is really about, and just live it. Live it up. Travel. Make your money. Show up for you. Show up for your spirit. It's time. You see me? It's time. Like, I'm not letting up. I am not letting up, y'all. And that's it. That's it. This is real quick. If you made it to the end, shout out to you. Like I said before, you can either go on my Instagram, my social media, Facebook, Twitter. I just made a TikTok, but if you really want to get direct with me or get in contact with me directly, you will go to hdpodcast.org, and that's it, y'all. That's it. That's it. It's about to be real. We turning up. Yeah, we turning up. Like, it's time. Yeah, it's definitely time. It's time to show up, show out for yourself, for the ones you love. It's time to set boundaries. It's time to get into your mind. It's time to get into your spirit, into your heart. We gonna make it happen. Higher discussions.